Thank you for stopping by and checking out the channel. My name is Frankie.
I'm Chris.
And this is our first episode reviewing Invisigun Heroes.
Oh baby.
Invisigun Heroes is a multiplayer single-screen stealth battle arena with a twist. Everyone's invisible. Predictable grid-based movement ensures that you know where you are, but others don't. Vigilance is the key to this game, while footsteps and bumping into walls shows where each cadet is, you being a cadet. Each character in the game has their own ability. There's 8 different characters you can play. You have AETHER, the ground pounder. As you see, every time he pounds the ground, it literally obliterates everything in the area. Carmen, the block builder, which as she moves, she creates reflective blocks that reflect shots back at their enemy. Epi, who creates a clone ghost decoy to trick you to thinking that she's somewhere where she's not. Iris, the dasher, who can maneuver across the map with her dashes. Phoebe, the portable, who drops portals across the map, and it's awesome. You have Protus, the scanner drone, which you can send a drone across the map and it will reveal the enemy's location. Ronin, the samurai reaper, who can deflect and boost his own attacks by deflecting the attack shot at him. Celine, the leaper that can jump over walls. And it's awesome because you're really just playing this game on one single screen, so you don't have to worry about screen peeking or anything. I want to say that there's 50 maps on this game across 5 planets, and it's simply amazing. The art is 8-bit, but the pixelated art style gives this game its own unique feel to it. It doesn't feel like anything else. The closest thing I can compare to this game to is Bomberman, which even that, I haven't played a Bomberman game in ages, and each character didn't have their own unique thing as much as you had a bomb that blew up in a certain amount of space. Yeah, 50 maps across 5 planets. There's no way you're gonna memorize this entire thing. But if you do, please upload it and show me some stuff. You have several game variants: survival, zone control, which is basically King of the Hill. Land grab. Land grab is basically painting, collecting all the areas you can step on. That's awesome. Carrier. You gotta survive the longest while holding the token, which reveals you, of course. Deadline. Most kills at the time of allotted wins. Hunter, where every kill earns you a point. Beast Tamer, where you collect the beast for points. So make sure you check out Invisigun Heroes. It's on Steam. Check out the music itself. It's by Paper Sound. And yeah. So let's get into it and talk about the game itself and our experience. Chris, tell me, what do you like about this game?
Alright, so Invisigun Heroes. Simple concept, the most fun. You got 9 characters, or 8 characters, each with a different ability. and you're all trying to figure out where the other person is and murder them horribly. So you do this by taking visual cues. The enemy could be bumping into the environment, giving away their position. There could be all kinds of environmental cues that can give away their position, like the sand, or there's some water, there's snow, little bits that'll just completely give away their position.
Oh, you can't forget that whenever they're against walls, it blocks the light shining into. Like, the light is definitely another cue where people are.
Exactly. So basically, the fun comes from the intense battles of wit and cunning that you have to go through as you're trying to figure out where your opponent is. It could get into some serious battles where you're trying to fake out your opponent and they can get the drop on you with one misstep.
Yeah.
So
you were right. Like, hands down, I enjoy this game a lot. It's probably the most thought-provoking grid game I've played in a very long time. I love playing board games, but I'm literally sitting here bumping into walls like, okay, that's me, hoping that somebody also bumps into a wall or walks by a light or is hit by something in the environment, because there's environmental things that some maps have that will freeze you, disorient you, and just give away your location. I hands down really do like this game. Each character, as you said, has their own ability, and sometimes it just feels totally different if you're playing a character you don't normally play. Like, do you have a favorite character that you play?
That's a hard one. I think Epi is probably one of my favorites, just because you can fake out people with your little phantom.
Yeah, like Epi has an ability where she could literally send out a phantom clone of herself, and she could be bumping up in like a left-hand corner when she's really sitting in the bottom right-hand corner, and it really just throws off the enemy because you get the upper hand of knowing their location while not giving away your own.
What about yours? Do you have any favorites?
My favorite's probably Ronin. Ronin's ability is he uses a sword to knock the gunshot towards him, or I guess I could say gunshot. That's not too more than PG-13 for anybody, but he literally could block a gunshot, and absorb it, doubling his own attack, shooting it back towards somebody his next shot, and it's just amazing to me.
Damn straight. And with the variety of I think probably one of the biggest things about this game is the variety of maps that they have, and each map has their own sort of unique twist to it. Some maps will have big open areas where you can run around and just kill each other. Some will have funnel points where it'll be just one straight line. That's usually where the power-ups will spawn, so everybody's going to be gunning for it. There's environmental things that'll fuck you up, like that Yeti that'll freeze you, or the asteroids coming from God knows where. And all this you got to take into account while also trying to remain unseen and undetected by your enemies. And that could cause some real problems for you.
Yeah. And this is just survival mode. Like, the other game modes are even harder. Like, King of the Hill, you're literally fighting for a small area. Like, it's probably like a 2-block radius of whatever the King of the Hill location is, and you have to sit there and maneuver within the 4 blocks around it to keep that location. Monster Hunter's even worse. There's just like a small monster that pops up, and it's literally, you have to be around it in 1 block, and that creature's only like 2-3 blocks wide. I like this game. Like, I hope that more people get to play this game, because there's now a demo version. If you go to the Steam store, instead of paying the $15, yes, this game's only $15. On the right, there's actually a link, which I'll put in the description below, that you could click and download and play this free, just so that you can get a feel for the game.
And they also have a bunch of other ways that they're trying to reach out to new players, because this game doesn't really have a player base. Yeah. Unfortunately, it has a Discord where you can meet people that are trying to get into matches, or it has a 4 for 3 deal, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, another bundle.
Yep. And what was the other thing they had?
They even have the music of this game, Paper Sound. They have a Bandcamp, papersound.bandcamp.com, that you could even go and buy the music if you enjoy the music you're listening to. Legitimately, when it comes down to sitting there and just clicking playing online and waiting for people to join, you're better off just going to the Discord channel, as mentioned, which is discord.me.invisigun, and meeting other people online. And even if you don't use voice communication, you can still use the text channels inside the Discord channel and talk to other people.
Right. So, what did you think about the audio?
When it comes to the audio and the sound effects, it's perfect. It has like that retro, futuristic sound that I enjoy when it comes to video games. Like, who would have thought a game about turning invisible and running around shooting your friends would have such a fun soundtrack? I will admit that sometimes the gameplay becomes so heated that I forget that I'm listening to music, but I never have to sit there and put it on like the radio or Spotify or Pandora when I'm playing this game. I legitimately enjoy the soundtrack to this game. Absolutely.
And I'd like to make note about the difference, or the variety of variety of songs that they have or tracks for the game. They have like 10 maybe? 2 for each planet?
Yeah, there's about 2 songs for each planet. You could download them all on Bandcamp for Paper Sound. It's honestly really cool because as you're sitting there playing through it, the songs just sit there and become like the background, something that you would like dream of and be like, oh no, I just dreamt about this song, or oh no, this song's stuck in my head. Like, oh, I like the sound. Like, I couldn't imagine this with any better sound crew or anything. And upon research, it looks like there's only 3 people that really work on this game. Could you believe that?
Yeah, the fact that only 3 people worked on this game boggles my mind. The fact that they can make a game that's so effective, so fun, it just hits everything on the mark. But the only downside is it just doesn't have a player base. All in all, this is a completely enjoyable multiplayer experience. It's a great party game.
But Chris, out of 10, how do you rate this game?
Well, in conclusion, everything, the gameplay is fun, it's fast-paced, it's exciting, it's new, it's a unique concept that really I haven't seen done before. So that all scores high. The audio fits perfectly with the gameplay. The visuals are appealing, they're real nice, they're beautiful. Environments or sprite work or anything that you want to say about that. Really, this is an all-around great game. The only downside that I could really see is the lack of players, but they're really trying to get a bigger player base, so who knows? It might grow, it might get bigger, and they're still updating it, so there's still more content to be had. What about you? Overall, I'd say about a 9 out of 10. What about you?
I agree with everything you say. I do want a bigger online presence, but that's why the Discord channel's there. We can meet people there. I'd also give it a 9. If not, I'd give it a 10. This is the most fun I've had with a game, and it just goes to prove to you that a $15 game could contend with a $60 game. You don't have to go and buy Call of Duty or something like that to have a good time when these games on Steam are right here for you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, and if you like what you hear, hit subscribe. We're your host. I'm Frank.
I'm Chris.
See you later.